In this lecture, we have Felix Munoz with us. He has 25 years of industry experience, usually with senior executive positions and mainly at Coca-Cola, Telefonica, and Movistar. What is very interesting about him is that whenever he starts to work for a company, he actually changes the way the company works. So we have some tough questions for him today. The first one is, what are the main rules that dictates a successful marketing communications campaign?
Well, marketing communications is not a simple task and has not simple rules to do. It's a very long and complex process in which you have to consider that marketing communication is not an art, it's an science, and it's not just by doing advertising or these sexy things. It's just trying to improve your business, trying to help people that is doing business and get results. So main rules for marketing communications is basically to understand the human being, because at the end of the day you are working with human beings, with persons. You are working with people. You are trying to introduce some perceptions in the people. You have to know how to do that. You have to understand which are the processes that internally in the brain of people is working when they decide or they behave some things around your business. So first is to understand the human being. Secondly is to know perfectly which is the mechanism that a brand has to have value in the mind of people, in the brain of people. So you have to know exactly which is the mechanism that is behind a brand, because at the end you are trying to insert a brand perception in the brain of people. And third, you have to know which are the tools that you have to use to do that. Basically, technology today is one of the main things that you have to use. You are to be totally aware about the capabilities that you have in your hands to do that communication with people. Not just technology, the digital things, the digital tools. Today, you have to be totally updated about the things that you can do with people. Society are evolving very fast, and you are in the obligation to do as well in the same velocity. So, just briefly, to know persons, people, human beings, to know brands and the mechanisms that you have to act with them, and to know the tools that you have to do. Then about the process and about how you do that is a process that starts in the basic is just to understand which is the business. You have to know exactly which is the problem that you have to solve. Communication by itself is nothing. Communication is just looking at a problem and trying to do a solution, to look for solutions for that problem. So first, to know the business, which is the problem that you have to solve. Secondly, which is the strategy that is behind your brand, which are the things that you have to tell about the brands, not in the rational way, that is very easy, but in the emotional side. Brands are values, are perceptions in the mind of people. So that strategy has to be very strong and very fixed. Third is design the brand, design which is the aspect, external aspects, or the messages or the territory that the brand is going to occupy. Third, you have to do a plan. Plan means the sequence in which you are going to deliver that messages. Fourth is the execution part, is the way that you are going to contact the people and customers that you decide. And you have to try to use all the contact points, all the touch points that are all the time in contact with consumers and customers. So, and the final phase of this process is to evaluate, to have an accurate measure of the things that you are doing. You learn if you have a measure of the things that you have at the beginning and at the end of the process. About references, I have a lot in 25 years and with the dozens of brands that I have handled in the past. But for instance, we had a problem with Coca-Cola Zero. Coca-Cola Zero is a new brand that we launched in the past. Well, at the beginning, everybody understood which is the role of this soft drink in the mind of people. It's just a Coca-Cola without sugar. The problem is that we try to explain that, but the people doesn't believe. They say, well, no, it's not possible to replicate the taste of Coca-Cola. And despite we did a lot of campaigns, we launched a lot of TV commercials, people doesn't believe that, and people say, well, no, it's not the same, and the taste is not equal. So we try to focus that problem, not by communication, regular or conventional communication, not by TV commercials, just by doing sampling or trying to demonstrate in the street people that is not capable to distinguish the taste of both products. Once you have the idea, we try to make this idea liquid. Liquid means that it's not just an idea that happened in the street. It's an idea that happened in the media, happened in the magazines, happened in the social media, happened in the internet, in YouTube. This way, we deliver the message in a very credible way to the people. And when we did that, in 3 months, we passed from losing sales by 5% every month to during 1 year, growing up 50% during 1 year. So this is the example. So we have a problem, we have an idea, we apply creativity to do that, and once we execute the idea and we get results and we have the measure of the objectives.